Today we're making a lily pad with a flower. My name is LaDara McKinnon, a teaching artist at Clayworks in Charlotte, North Carolina. This video is presented by Clayworks in Charlotte, North Carolina, and made possible by the North Carolina Arts Council. The terms for this project we will be covering is spring, lily pad, score, and slip. The materials we will need for this project is clay, rolling pin, water, fork, and a stick. This project is inspired by spring. Spring, one of the 4 seasons between March 19th and June 20th. We are starting out with a large slab of clay. I'm going to draw a large, medium, and small circle. When cutting out the circles, for the large circle, I want it to be bigger than my fist. Drawing tick marks so I know how big I need to cut my circle. The medium circle, I want it to be the size of my fist. And for the smallest circle, I want that to be about half the size of the medium circle. Now that I know how big that my circle should be, I'm using the flat edge of my stick and dragging it across to meet each point that I've made. They don't have to be a perfect circle, and I'm not going all the way through the clay either. The largest circle is going to be a lily pad. Lily pads. The pad can grow up to 15 feet wide and hold up to 300 pounds. Fun fact, the flowers open in the morning and close at night. For the lily pad, I want it to be the shape of a heart. Now that I have the lily pad drawn out, I'm going to use the sharp end of my stick to go ahead and carve out the heart. When I carve out the heart, the top edges, I'm going to make them pointy. Now I'm going to go ahead and just draw out my small and my medium circle. I'm not cutting them out yet. If you make a mistake in your clay, you can gently rub out any area that you don't want anymore and redraw it. To draw the flower petals, you want them to look like arrows that are pointing outwards that connect to each other. I want to have around 6 to 8 different petals on each flower, making sure to clean off your stick every petal that you do so clay doesn't get caught into the flower. When your small flower is cut out, you're going to put it in your hand and cup it, and then press the center of it so it sticks up like a real flower. I'm taking a little bit of a water and gently smoothing out any imperfections like wrinkles or cracks that's on my clay, and gently using a little bit of the water to pinch the tips of the edges. Now I'm going to smooth out the edges on the lily pad with a little bit of water. This is how we did the smaller flower. I'm going to do the same thing for the larger one. I'm doing the flower petals that look like arrows and connecting them. Remembering to clean off my stick every time I do a petal so I can have a clean cut. And I'm going to clean up the edges with a little bit of water. Now I want to attach the smaller flower to the larger flower by score and slipping. Score and slip. The way you attach two pieces of clay by scratching and then adding water to attach them. I'm using a fork to score with a little bit of water on it. I'm scoring the bottom of the smaller flower and placing it directly on top of the larger flower, pressing it down just a little so I know it's attached. For the center of my flower, I'm rolling a really small ball and flatten it in my palms. Also, when attaching the smaller flat ball, I'm going to slip and score it as well. To give the center of my flower some texture, I'm using the flat edge of my stick to add a couple circles. I'm not pressing too deep, I just want the imprint. Now I'm going to pull up each flower petal to hug around the smaller flower. I want the lily pad to be a plate for the flower. I'm going to gently put my hand underneath the lily pad. I'm going to take one finger and gently press into the lily pad so it would give it more of a curved up plate look. I'm going to do the same motion around the outer edge of the lily pad. To attach the flower to the lily pad, I'm going to score and slip. Make sure it's really roughed up. You don't want it too neat. We always slip and score because that's how you know two pieces of clay are attached. If you don't slip and score, that means that it will come loose. If you lose the shape of a flower petal, just gently squeeze it upwards with two fingers, as if you're pinching. Now to add some texture to our lily pad, which is our veins, I'm just gently coming from the center of my lily pad with some curved lines. And from those, we want to have little lines coming from that as well. And there you have it, a lily pad with a flower. I hope you enjoyed this video.